Dollar bills. John, you look like you're behind a Hulk screen.
Kind of green like a dollar bill.
Really? Hold on, let me just turn off my camera then.
Green like
better?
a leg. Yeah, now maybe
we can.
All right, we'll just stick with that.
We'll try it a little later. Well, thank you for tuning in, Talking Tokens on a Tuesday. You know the drill. My name's Adam. That's Mike in the middle. Simple Crypto John down on the far end. And we are talking tokens.
We have a brand new intro.
Yeah, it's a little, we're trying to jazz it up a little bit. I got some new tricks up my sleeve, especially this one.
Yeah, I know. It's cool getting away from like the default intro. I feel like every podcast use that exact same intro, like the previous one we had.
Little snow things. Well, I mean,
yeah, the stars or whatever's falling.
Yeah,
I mean, it's comfortable, but would comfortable ever get you? We gotta.
I did like a 10-minute search on Google, like free. What's this thing called? StreamYard streams like graphics, and I found a website that had like a bunch of free ones. I was like, all right, let's do it.
Nice.
All it is a video, so it's not like.
Okay. It's cool how there's like such a cool inventory of like stock images, stock videos, and like free to use music and tunes and stuff. Because sometimes you'll run across like the same ones on other podcasts. I just thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah, well, there's definitely paid ones as well, and you can get people to do custom stuff. But for now, I'm gonna shake it up a little bit, trying to class up the thing. I'm actually trying to make a new logo, so we'll see how that works out. I am not a graphic designer.
What you get the BTC ticker going?
There we go. Let's see it. Boop. That was at least as of like 30 minutes ago. So where are we at? We at
I think that's pretty true. We're right in the
pretty close. Yeah, we haven't had a whole bunch of movement since the last show. I guess we went down. That's what we were officially
not favorable movement.
Yeah, we're officially in the bone zone that we've been talking about. So that's holding that like what it went down to like 58,000 maybe.
Yeah, 56, slightly 56.
Let's bring up the old handy dandy.
Technical analysis.
Oh, I just got rid of that one tab. We'll have to go back to that. But
okay.
Let's see here. The markets. I think everyone is still waiting for things to coil. Oh, here's a little preview of something maybe a little later. For those of you that are live while this is loading, if you do make a comment, just write your name in on Facebook ahead of your comment so we can see who is making the comment, because we can't always see it from like YouTube and Facebook and stuff. So yeah, here's the Bitcoin chart over on the daily. All-time high, 69,000. We've made a couple moves downward.
Yeah.
I've been tracking this like new triangle here with a base at like 55,000. The bottom of the bone zone, we're kind of messing around in this yellow bone zone area.
Yeah. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah. It's like a diagram.
Zoom out. Curve. Yeah, right. This is when you lost some boost right here.
Right. Lost the clutch is slipping.
You're like, what? It's like, damn it, Honda. But yeah, I mean, this yellow line is like super critical path. If anything drops here, I mean, it's either going to go down to this.
Right. We like exercise caution zone.
But yeah, I mean, this is like, a pretty critical line. Although if it touches it, you can see it's kind of a healthy move it's still an upward trend overall. Yeah. But so Mike, there was that one. Hold on, let's go here. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, this is kind of like that same. I happen to make it that same yellow line. That this is someone else who did this technical analysis, but that yellow line that we created is effectively the line you see there. So this pretty much calls it out. If you're above the yellow line, to the right of where it is now, you're very good. Most likely a parabolic move. If you're below it, it might dip below it for a couple seconds and maybe pump back up. Or if you get really low below it, then we're kind of in the shit zone.
Yeah, I think the 55K level, 40s could be possible, but then it's like, then you can see there it breaks it down to worrisome and then very worrisome to continue.
Well, so it doesn't hit 40. I don't think it will.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm hoping for a solid bounce off that line. People know the value. People are, there's more people flooding in, and we may see just that bounce, and then we continue up like we expect. Like my end of December number was like 85. So I mean, that's still quite possible.
And if it does go down, it's probably going to be so quick you won't even see it. I mean, hopefully,
it's not like you can hop in on some of those
like one of these big candles down here where it just like exploded down, and next thing you know, it's back up to where it is now. But at least it touches that line. We get it out of the way.
Yeah,
maybe that's what could happen.
Liquidate some positions and then just move on.
But overall, it's kind of making everything generally kind of do the same thing. Like everything's kind of holding. Here's Ethereum. It's attempted that kind of, there was a big ascending triangle. It made a breakout. It's kind of messing around here at 4,300.
Kind of like trying to cup and handle there.
Yeah, I can't go up. Sorry, guys. So yeah, it tried to do a breakout, and then kind of Bitcoin took it with it back down, but it's sitting right there on the.
I mean, it's pretty much hovering in its all-time high zone. So I think that's just now going to be like the new base, if anything, and then breaking back through that resistance, hopefully then confirming it and then continuing. But Ethereum catching some flack for high gas fees. I wonder what everybody's kind of opinion is on that.
I mean, I think we probably talked about it in the last couple episodes, but I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. So there was an article here on Coinbase talking about that. I think they just show an example of like, it's anywhere from minting an NFT right now is like $60 to $250 for some gas fees. You need to pay $606 to make a transaction go for, some Ethereum-based token. I think we were talking about that. I had a friend trying to basically move $1,000 of Shiba to a different wallet, and it cost $1,000 to move $1,000 of Shiba at that time.
Yeah, I ran into that also. I was trying to buy some this new coin called Panda Inu, and I was trying to get on Sushi Swap. So I was trying to buy $1,000 of it, and Ethereum gas fees were like $800. Like, what the hell?
Right. So I mean, it's like it's a huge problem that obviously Ethereum is trying to deal with, and all these other competitors to Ethereum are trying to deal with. But it almost makes your token. I mean, aside of just holding it, you can't necessarily move it as much as you want to, just to make other.
Right. Well,
he wanted to just take profit and like move it into a stable coin. He couldn't even do that because you had to pay for it to make it happen.
It's something you have to work with, part of the network and the protocol and how it runs. But one thing that I learned about on OpenSea, the NFT kind of platform, they allow you to now do something what is called, well, I don't know if they didn't allow it before, but something called lazy minting, which is like you just mint an NFT directly to your wallet, and then they're not charging you anything to put that NFT in your wallet. I guess you pay when you want to move it. So
you can mint anything, basically get it on the page as a thing,
Yeah, making like a collection.
Can't move it. You can't move it or sell it until you put the gas fees in, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just sitting there. So I've created one, which I think I sent you the link. You can look it up. I made it. It's like a crypto punk babies. So here you go. This is to my son who was born on 11/11, and that's his little sonogram. So I felt like that's a crypto punk baby. So I minted it. So if someone wants to send me an offer, then maybe I'll sell it.
So if someone said, I want to buy that for $100, if someone said that they could make an offer to it, even though you haven't.
I believe so. Yeah. It's like in my collection, or I can like put it up. Yeah. I mean, you can see right there, it says make offer, or I can put it up for sale for a certain amount. But yeah, I mean, this is just kind of for my personal collection, but
Looks like I was just messing one view, so
yeah, I was messing around with it, and then
right. That's a good app number, 1111.
Yep.
Yeah, right. I know that's like lucky dog.
Yeah. Right. We need to get a numerologist on here. Tell us what that means. Is it like an angel number or whatever?
Means you're gonna make a lot in cryptocurrency. What up, Long? Shout out.
Long Schlong.
So just a reminder, we have our 1 million Shiba Inu giveaway.
Yep.
Do we have all the rules yet?
Yeah, the rules.
People have been asking what the rules are.
Just go over the rules real quick. Comment, subscribe, tag somebody. Not very hard. It's kind of standard practice.
Right. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube, and comment on this video or the last video, and tag somebody on Facebook. Tag a friend. So tag it. We're trying to just spread the word. And so far, I think we have like 10 or 12 applicants, and we'll get some more, I think, this week. And then we'll see where it goes. I think we'll do like this week, and then I think we're going to do it on the December week. So basically, it's like 12 weeks of Christmas. Whatever this thing is called. 12 days.
So yeah, head on over to OpenSea. Try minting an NFT. Lazy mint it. No gas fees. Maybe you'll, sell something over the holiday and make something crazy.
All right. Speaking of Long, let's see what he's got here. Where's that little thing at? Let me see that. There it is.
There we go. Loaded lines.
So, Mike, you were talking about this a little earlier with me, but Crypto.com just released their NFT called Loaded Lines. First native platform-owned PFP project for release in NFT space. So their new NFT platform here, 10,000 algorithmically generated loaded lines. Some are rarer than others. Oh, we lost Mike.
Tell me about these lions.
So yeah, man.
Those Thundercat lions?
I don't think they're necessarily supposed to be Thundercat.
They're Thundercat.
I mean, they kind of look like that, but I think they're just.
Sorry, fat fingered. Yeah,
kind of like.
It's almost like a Thundercat, and it looks like a Dragon Ball Z, like almost hair.
That's what I said, Thundercats.
Yeah, that looks like Thundercats with like the little tie in the back. But yeah, I mean, I guess some of them are not for sale. I'm not sure if someone owns it or. Let me see here. Collection creator. It looks like maybe it's just not listed yet. I don't know.
And it was cool because you could pay. I think you could just pay with USD. So that's kind of nice. Like typically it's like I think it's Ethereum or something. So maybe just getting rid of your fiat, picking up a line, flipping them. Oh, I like the guy with the 3D glasses.
And it's this guy right here, and it's on the Crow coin,
right? It's on Crow
on their
coin,
network,
which has been blowing them up. Look, not for sale if it hasn't listed for auction or buy now. Okay,
I like this diamond lion.
Yeah, right, or the gold one right there.
The gold guy, pretty sweet.
Yep.
Tree lion. He says you can send offers to not for sale. Is they haven't listed the auction. Okay,
This one
gotcha.
says 5M. Oh, for 5 million? Holy shit. First edition minted. I guess that's why. 98,000? Are you kidding me?
So
How much it went for?
Yeah. Well, it's how much
How
it's
much?
going for. It says
Okay.
buy now. Buy now, 5 million.
Huh.
Oh, there you
5
go.
million.
Look, Mike from down in the Old Dirty. He's saying,
So you got 3 if for sale if needed. No,
hit me up. What's your take?
I can buy them right now. It just depends on what the price is, brother. There's
Yeah.
one of them that's
Kind of
yeah.
a simple crypto deal. I see one for 1.5K, 1,800. Maybe because they're first edition. You can see the
$800. I guess no one likes this guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand who's paying those prices for those JPEGs. I just don't get it.
You don't.
Well, I mean, it's just people that are trying to they're kind of speculating that maybe they're going to blow up, and then you pay 200 now. Like if you got a crypto back then, all you had to do, oh yeah, they bought them for $200 today. So that's what I was hearing about. They were like $200 each.
Okay.
Or maybe for like a pack, it could be like a pack of cards or a deck of cards.
So they all sold
Now
for
you
$200, and then now people are selling them for $5 million. Do you think someone's going to buy this for $5 million?
I mean, I guess it's whatever. It's like art, So if someone really wants it, and maybe someone tucked away tons of Ethereum.
I mean, are these characters? Are these like from something? I get it if it's like they're like Pokemon or something. Like people like Pokemon.
No, they're algorithmically generated.
Yeah,
So they're randomly generated.
Yeah, it's like entropy. They probably just put some number generator, and then there's certain combinations of all that can make them. They're $200 each, it says. And then someone's asking, how do they price them, and are they sold by the original creator? I'm assuming. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if crypto.com has a creator or something, but they're putting them out, and then they price. I mean, they probably set whatever price to get people to buy them, and then usually they sell for whatever higher than they were before. So then the price, however much they sell for, then will determine the future price and how many times it's been sold. Like the least amount of times it's been sold and moved could be better. The more times it's not good. Did someone else in the history that was famous or noteworthy own it? I don't know. There's just a lot of different variables. Oh yeah,
I don't know. I don't get those. Like I get it if they were like Pokemon or if they were like Power Rangers or something,
Well, yeah.
All you got to do is want people to want them, and that's
I
guess that's the.
I don't really have any desire of owning it. Just a random line, dude. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but I don't want to pay money for it.
Well, I mean, it's just that's the beauty of art, right? Do you want to buy it or do you not want to buy it? Do you want to have a cool thing? These are probably only going to be cool to the people that own them. You flaunt your CryptoPunk to flaunt it to other CryptoPunk owners, but you're not really caring about what anybody else thinks. So
yeah, that's true.
And then you put it as your avatar. So I mean, do you want to go out and buy something that's like $200,000 just to make it your avatar, and people on Twitter will be like, "Oh, that's cool. You have a CryptoPunk," Or do you want to hang up Picasso?
You can snapshot it and make it your own avatar. That doesn't prove that
right,
you own
but
it.
it's not verifiable. That's the thing. I mean, you could take a picture of the Mona Lisa. Is it the Mona Lisa? No. So
I'm just saying a profile picture doesn't mean that you have it. But yeah, I get the
right.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So long saying played off Bored Ape. Yeah, that's kind of one of the main
So there's the
Main
Bored
ones.
Ape Yacht Club, and then there's the the crypto punks. So it's like
And the kitties, crypto kitties.
crypto kitties. Yep, that was big, right?
Facebook user said, "Guess it's like the crazy rise in sports cards." That's true. I mean, it's all the
Yep.
same. Rarity. Why do people want a piece of paper? Why do people want
Right,
$1?
right, because other people want it, or it's
Other
rare,
people
or
want it.
it has
Well, with
some.
the sports
It's
card, it's like there's a
It's a
person on it,
non-fungible thing, so it can't be just swapped out with something else.
right? Well, with the sports card, you have like an athlete on it, and that's what
Right,
what
well,
makes
that's
the
like
difference.
they have
Same with
those.
like Pokemon cards. You got Pikachu or Charizard on there, and Charizard's like super rare. But I just don't get the appeal of like a randomly generated Thundercat, dude.
I guess just maybe like if you get the cool one, then that's just like it's just why do you want anything, because you're interested in it, because you're drawn to it, because other people think it's cool, I don't know. It just kind of goes down to basic, I don't know, want and need. Why do you want anything?
Right. I mean, the sports card is different though, because there's an athlete on it, and I guess just owning a piece of card with a certain athlete,
Right. Well,
it just represents something. There's like
they have. I mean, they have those like
era.
NTX, or what is it? FTX. All these different NBA Top Shots. So these are little. This is where the NFT world mixes with sports and sports memorabilia, because they have like plays that are just going to be forever memorialized, or just there's little clippets, and you can own that highlight. You can own someone's digital signature or a card, or then they combine that with the actual physical memorabilia.
I think John's point is like it has a
person,
card is a representation of the person, and the person is a real life thing.
Well,
that's why
so I mean,
so
then just compare that to why do you invest in any crypto either too? Like, you believe in its technicals, you believe in the fundamentals, where it's going, the underlying tokenomics, but I don't know. You can make anybody can make crypto whales, or there's a little kid that made those crypto whales, and he made tons. So it's just like, make something, put it out there. Someone may like it. People
especially
are consumed.
Especially when it's algorithmically made. They didn't like spend time like putting them together. They just like put in a couple features, a couple things it could have, and then let it like.
But maybe
fly.
That's what the nerdy people that like this stuff kind of like. I don't know. That's how the other ones were made. That's how the crypto punks are. So then they're just basing it off that. If it's easy as that, then just do it yourself and make some money.
That's right. That's right. Let's see. This is just talking about the main man, Kevin O'Leary. He wasn't a crypto
maxi at all.
Previously he's kind of changed his tune, but generally he was talking about like where the next bunch of money is coming from. He's really saying the sovereign funds from Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates aren't really in crypto yet. So once they start flowing over, it's a big amount of money to supercharge the price. So stand out for that.
Damn, get that oil money.
Yeah, right. This is just saying Texas. We've been talking about this over the migration from China to Texas, but they're predicting the mining power consumed in Texas to have a 5-fold by 2023, from about 1,000 megawatts to 3,000 to 5,000 megawatts, based on the Texas power grid management. So just basically turns into 20%. I think they said somewhere it's 20% of the Bitcoin mining power is going to be in Texas.
Dang.
So
Texas
is a hot spot.
Texas is the spot. We're in Texas, did they say?
I don't know if it lists a specific part of Texas, but it's just a good spot. I mean, because of the natural gas, alternative energies, and then obviously the way they're managing probably 10-year tax abatement, sales tax credits. So they're allowing they're influencing miners to come there.
Good.
Let's see here. This is just another mining thing. A Singapore tech company is using 90% of the heat waste from Bitcoin mining to do processes that include computing industry, electricity, heating. Basically, they're using immersion cooling to take that heat and then turn it into different technologies, and end up using 90% of that heat. So they're working with Bitmain to try to develop better liquid immersion technologies from Bitmain so that they can make it even more efficient.
Okay.
But
yeah.
It's a company trying to take the heat that generally is rejected and put it into something. So Mike, our future Bitcoin mining driving range is going to come true one day.
Yeah, and I'm heating my house right now. My upper bedroom is 74 degrees, from rejection. So I haven't turned on my heater yet.
So let's catch up on a couple comments here. They're flowing in.
Or comments, yep.
Yeah, so Mike Sage, have you heard today Crow is getting a Super Bowl ad? I actually heard before today. Awesome. I heard like last week.
I'm surprised.
Right, and he says, remember first GoDaddy ad? So it's like the first that Super Bowl. I was gonna say we should probably look that commercial up. Was it Danica Patrick?
Yeah, I was gonna say it had to be some girl.
I think it was some celebrity. It was Danica Patrick, I thought.
Maybe. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they capture some of the money.
I mean, it's huge. Oh, there you go.
Hey, John. Hey, you showed up.
It just popped up.
Oh, really?
He's like, wait, camera now? Don't be picking your nose.
I didn't do anything. I just that's what happened.
It looks like you have a fake background. Is that a virtual background?
No,
that's his it does look like a green screen.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
The light, the way you're lit.
It doesn't work, or it's like 4K high def, like superimposed person. But yeah.
All right, and then Ashley.
That's just it's going to be bringing crypto mainstream.
So Ashley's asking, has there been any change on China's stance on crypto? And
I don't think so.
Not since they've continued to crack down and lock it up. I mean, they haven't made it any easier.
I think they've really gone through with it, like probably more farther than any other times that I'm hearing.
So, yeah, I mean, right now they don't allow you to like go on exchanges. They're not letting you basically really mine or sell it. So you're pretty much just locked out.
Yeah, I think you're allowed to hold it. You just can't do anything with it at the moment.
I mean, I guess if you have it and you didn't if you can't sell it on an exchange and you can't do anything with it, you just kind of exist, making money, but not really.
Yeah, I mean, but it does, for them, I was just going to say the point of it's good for us that they're kind of shutting down over there. It's migrating the hash power, and it kind of gets the monkey off the back that, China, they're the ones that run, Bitcoin, and they run, a lot of this crypto stuff, and it's just a ploy to get everybody, spying on them or something. But
yeah, with that, we also heard that the Indian government's not too hot on Bitcoin either. So looks like there's a draft bill submitted that's going to have some implications to cryptocurrencies in India. So sorry to all my.
So my Sheepanaires. Where are my Sheepanaires at? Or maybe not Sheepanaires to be soon.
Yeah, the Reserve Bank of India central bank is known to have conservative views on crypto. I mean, it's like a draft thing, but I guess we'll see what happens when, what regulation obviously is a big.
Right, and when you have it up in the air, it's kind of just like people just speculate and they worry, and then the fear kicks in, and then people just start panic selling, and
It's just we talked about it before, uncertainty. If you don't know what's going to happen, people are just less likely to kind of step into it. But I mean, the countries that are doing this are going backwards. One of the things was, we talked about El Salvador and how they've embraced it, but they've continued to set up this Bitcoin city fantasy, low tax, net zero startup municipality play. He's giving out Bitcoin bonds. You can buy Bitcoin bonds into their volcano mining setup.
Right. Yeah, it's all that, like $1 billion Bitcoin mining bond.
Yeah. And so he's selling bonds, and it's actually tanking the bond market for El Salvador dollar, whatever that is. But basically, like, he's selling out bonds in Bitcoin for his Bitcoin mining future Bitcoin city. I mean, he's basically going in all in on it. But that's just an example of how some countries are, rolling with it and some are not.
I don't remember where I heard this, but when it comes to India, it has something to do with the way they control their own currencies and how it messes it up or something like that. And I think it was like the same deal in China. They had to have like a certain level of control over their currency.
Well, they're making their own central digital currency already, so it's like they're probably just going to want that for the technology to be able to track and figure out, and add it into their social credit stuff. They'll know exactly where the money is. They could take it from you. They could censor transactions. Yeah.
It's all about control, and that's a lot of the reason why
we like decentralized
services, not just cryptocurrency, but decentralized services in general.
Right.
You're so crazy these countries don't have a middle class, the ones getting rid of crypto. It seems like they're trying to maintain the wealth. I mean,
right, yeah. Because when everybody can just like have a bank at their phone, they can get mini loans, they can send and just have these transactions quite simply. Then
why would you want to control the money? Why would you want to control?
Why would you want to buy into a system that doesn't help you or work for you? I see Michael Sage. He said he's heating his house maybe with the RTX, so like GPU mining.
Nice. Solid.
Let's see here. So it seems like a good setup into
our coin of the week.
Coin of the week. Let me run it. What was that one thing you're doing? Coin of the week.
There's a pump. With every pump, there's a dump.
Is a little coin called Avalanche. Now,
yeah,
this coin's been running if you've been following it.
AVAX, we ain't talking COVID.
Yeah. What is Avalanche? I think it.
Well, it's like it's a competitor to Solana, to ADA, Ethereum, any layer 1 blockchain. It is working on what validators, the proof of stake kind of system, consensus, decentralized apps, up to 6,500 transactions per second, highly scalable. With
here's a nice little chart, Mike. So their claim to fame is 4,500 transactions per second compared to some of the big players here, Bitcoin 7, Ethereum 14. So trying to scale up through throughput. Finality, it's basically the transaction is kind of the inverse here, but every 2 seconds they can send that transaction through. It's energy efficient. That's the proof of stake component. Thousands of nodes. And basically, what I've read about it so far is they're trying to allow you to digitalize assets. And I think they say that here in a white paper, but it's like, imagine taking anything and turn it into a digital asset, kind of like what we do with NFTs, I guess, but you can take stocks, you can take your car, your house, and turn it into a digital asset. And
Making
on top of its primary network, you can make blockchains that have either public or private parameters, where you can say you can only trade while you're in the U.S. You can only trade if you have a valid driver's license. You can only trade if you know your client, and you can only trade at these hours. So you can basically link it up to the stock market and basically do that on the other side with another asset. That's like one component of their blockchain, at least.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's like 3 different blockchain kind of that run together. They each do a separate kind of task to keep that throughput. Dividing the complicated task enables the higher throughput without compromising decentralization. It's
I
scalable.
think one of them is like smart contracts.
Yeah, that's the C chain is the smart contracts and DeFi, which runs the Snowman, getting into the wintertime season, Snowman consensus. AVAX, it's like got like a virtual machine, which allows developers to develop apps kind of similar to the Ethereum virtual running machine. The X chain is the AVAX consensus, which is similar to like a ERC20 token. You know, you can like wrap things, you can put them onto the Ethereum network, essentially, like Adam was saying. Follows standard set of rules, and then you have a P chain, which coordinates the network validators and tracks and creates subnet. Subnets are like certain sets of validators. They call them validator cartels.
Right. So it's proof of stake. So a lot of us are interested in mining. So how can I stake it? Well, you have to be a validator. You have to stake 2,000 Avalanche. So you got to be a big boy, mega whale. 2,000 Avalanche at what, $100 and something, $120. Do the math. But you can delegate, so you can only have 25 AVAX, and basically delegate to a certain validator that has the 2,000, and get a portion of their. Basically, you're assigning, just like you would to
So you're pledging. You're like pledging to that person to then do it.
Yeah,
so
just like we go on Exodus and we stake our ADA on Exodus. They are like the main validator within that proof of stake blockchain, but we're pledging our ADA to them, and then they assign a certain profit or proportion.
Yeah, I'm wondering what wallets offer any, if anything, for that staking.
I think I saw Celsius has one, and then I'm sure if you just buy they have their own like integral Avalanche wallet. I'm sure you could set up some stakes there, because it basically just says you need to know the validator's number right here, the node ID, when you want to start and stop, how much you're staking, and the address to send rewards, and then boom, you can set it up. But
looks like it has a max supply too, which is good, of like 720 million.
Yeah, they have good tokenomics. And I think they have something in place that will prevent people from like pumping and dumping as well. Like I think you can only sell a certain amount or something like that, or some of it's like staked.
I didn't read that kind of limit. I mean, here's the thing: the cap supply at 720 million.
Yeah.
I think 50% of them were minted at the time of the initial offering, and the rest of the 50% are held for validator rewards.
Okay.
So that it's coming out. But one of the issues, potentially the issue, is the validators hold governance.
A lot of the power.
Yeah, they hold the governance to vote and change.
Right.
That. So it is inherently deflationary, because transaction fees for mint or for selling get burned. So it doesn't go to the validators. So minting process is validation, proof of stake, but then every transaction, those fees get burned. So it is deflationary in that sense, but they could change that. The governance, people could vote. The validators can vote.
Well,
technically change it, or change up the speed in which those get minted. So it's
right. How fast they come out, or maybe increasing the rates in which they're burned or not.
Yeah. So John, I guess market cap right now it's at 20 billion, which is, I think it made it into the top 10 on the overall market cap for the. Right here. It's at 11 right now.
Yeah, it did for a bit. It's been bouncing around right between like Doge and Shiba.
Okay, damn.
And then
fully
we can
diluted market cap, I guess, is projection. If all the coins were out there, it would be 87.
Yeah, I think BitBoy a while back, he says there's a lot of whales behind it. Some big boys looking to pump it.
Right.
Or no, sorry, it was institutional. There's a lot of institutional buyers were looking at Avalanche and Avalanche related.
It can just, it can work for retail and it can work for institutional because of the scalability, because of, the DeFi, the sharding. It's kind of funny they talk about sharding, how it just splits up the information. It doesn't process all the transaction at once. It allows it to run in parallel. So,
but the shard right now,
Chardonnay.
But so yeah, here's some of the projects that are currently on it. They have a crossover between different blockchains. I think they did an Ethereum bridge.
Yeah, so they do. They did have an Ethereum bridge. Yep, working on interoperability.
Yeah. So again, another competitor to the Ethereum champion of blockchain technology above and beyond. Oh, one thing, their consensus protocol is not the Nakamoto protocol that blockchain, the typical blockchain where you have a block and you build a block on top of a block. It's called a DAG, which is a digital affiliated group or something. But basically it uses like different points, and each block is kind of linked to other blocks, but eventually the consensus is made of all the blocks. And
because I saw where it said we're differentiated from Ethereum, that all nodes validate all transactions. So that's kind of different than some nodes validating some transactions and then other nodes relying on those nodes validating that transaction.
All nodes validate all transactions. It's kind of, it was kind of like you have just multiple pieces linked to each other, but eventually once they do the way it resolves all the little pieces, if everyone is saying the same thing, then it accepts it. It's not like a linear block in that sense. So that helps with throughput. Basically, they can do everyone can do everything at the same time, and just
do it all at the same time. And then it just says, "Oh, we'll figure it out later." It's like, bartender, we need to split the check of all these parties into 7. Everybody's paying separately. Figure it out.
So interesting. I think it was like there is an error that can occur, but it's 1 in like 20,000 years or something. Some like
crazy,
very small fractional error that
1 in
could
20,000 transactions, or 1 in 20,000 years.
I think they said. I think what I heard was like it was a frequency of 1 in 20,000 years based on like the rate of it's like some ridiculous small error in there.
So just like who. I wonder, like, people watching, what would they be picking? Are they sticking with the OG Ethereum? Are they willing to kind of, venture out into Avalanche or, Cardano? We've kind of seen that going downhill a little bit. I mean, did you see Charles Hoskins? He's like, hey, short-term price is not a big concern. He's working on like the overall project and the long-term goals, but comparing it to Solana too, who are you guys backing? Let us know in the comments. Oh, and Elrond, eGold. I don't think we haven't talked about that one, but that one's a very similar, very super speedy blockchain that is going to be similar to these.
Yeah, I've seen Crypto Chris
talk about that.
Yeah, Crypto talk about Elrond. I don't know too much about it other than, again, it's another
layer 1
here. Before we get off Avalanche, there's the price action just over time. Obviously it's pump a lump and dumping right now. And
Damn, look at it
last,
go.
like over the last month.
Yep.
Crow. We talked about Crow a little bit earlier. That's
we
on
did.
fire.
That's on fire. Yep. It's almost like the next like BNB, BNB coin.
Right.
More people use it, more people stake it. You can pay like less fees with it on crypto.com. So there's benefits of using it, and then as more people flood into it, then more people use the exchange, then it's going to continue to go up.
So everything's down right now, but I know Loop Ring did pretty well today too, John. I think you've been talking about that in the group. And we talked about it, I think, last show, but I mean, gains on gains on gains. Pretty sweet. That's accelerating the Ethereum. That's a layer 2 for Ethereum for transactional throughput. Shiba's just
on a downward slope.
I mean, it can't break this resistance I drew quite a long time ago. It just hasn't done anything. It's kind of chilling. But this looks exactly like ADA.
Right.
Cardano. I mean, man, I'm a little disappointed this can't get off the ground. It looks like it's breaking even lower right now. But I think when I was looking at this earlier, I suspect we might do the same thing Bitcoin's doing. See this red line right there? It's
Is that Cardano?
Yeah, Cardano. I mean, look, if you look back, huh?
What average is that?
This has got to be the 200 week EMA.
Oh, week EMA. Yeah.
Sorry, not 200. This is 50. Yeah, 10, 20, 50, 200 down here. So this is the 50-week EMA, and you can see it's touched it and blasted off. Pretty much touched it, blasted off. I think it's probably about to touch it again here at like $1.50, and hopefully that's the right timing where it keeps them on moving forward. So I don't know. That's what I'm hoping for. Elron, I think I have that here somewhere. There we go. E-Gold, right?
Yeah, E-Gold, yep.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Big time move. Yeah, it says it's a highly scalable, fast, and secure blockchain platform for distributed apps, enterprise use cases, and new internet economy. Massively scalable, secure and efficient, proof of stake.
I mean, everyone's trying to figure out the most efficient, most throughput, most applicable, easy to use, easy to program on.
There could be multiple. I mean, there's not maybe one.
I think there's a world where many things exist, and then they all interoperate, and some things are good at this. Just like we were talking about the other day, like operating systems. Do you have a Mac or do you have a Windows? They're both like really good at what they do, but some people follow and want this, and some people want Linux, and some things are better than others. So I think there's a world where there's 3 or 4 big players that just kind of rock and roll, and then other people build on those 3 big players. And that's
maybe just get kind of position in some of them, or the one that you think is going to be the best. Kind of weight it. It's not financial advice. Always know that there's risk involved, but you could throw some into one of them or all of them, and then just kind of see where they go from there.
Well, what we do know is we are all still very early to the overall adoption of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology in general. So it's almost put your money in
anywhere.
Not anywhere. I mean, there are a lot of scam coins. John's always talking about these, whatever Shiba Inu Pina coins that you're coming up with. But,
right, Panda coin and Elon Dogecoin. And
those are a way to make money, but not necessarily the technology.
Samatsu coin, whatever.
But if you get into anything on the top 35, you're probably going to be. You're still early. I mean, that's the point.
Yeah.
Mike, you had this chart here that we can touch on here to close. This was saying?
Well, just talking about like when the miners in this multiple, you can just see as it was rising, then the price was going, and it would just be that the miners aren't selling after this then halving. and the pattern's kind of reoccurring. So we then may see the trend and blast upward, which we're kind of expecting. And the miners aren't selling; they know the value of it. They're kind of just keeping it. They're not moving it onto exchanges.
Like they're not selling because they know they're expecting it to go up. So the miners right now are
Right.
mining
So
and holding, knowing that there's future value
action
to
or
gain.
parabolic moves. That could
so this is just another example of on-chain data that's not made up. You can see this data on the network,
right,
and see people that that are awarded the Bitcoin do not release the coin to sell it on an exchange or whatever. They're not letting it go away because they see. You can see they hold it. Bitcoin goes up, and then they start the releasing pressure of selling happens, and
they're taking loans. They're buying more equipment. If anything, if they needed to, they could be purging their coins, and then, but that's not the case. They're keeping them. They're buying more equipment. This flows into the hash rate. If you want to bring up the hash rate chart for Bitcoin.
Real quick, what was the time range for that graph?
What was the what?
The dates. What's the time range on that? I can't read it.
It says March 17th. These are I guess these are.
You can tell the halvings, right? Because are they?
Well, it says.
Oh no, that's just
so
weird.
it goes back to 2017. Okay.
Yeah, 17 back here somewhere. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Mike, I don't think I have the hash rate open anymore.
I think I sent it to you in whatchamacallit, but you probably closed it actually.
I think it was open in the beginning, right?
Yeah, you think that was the one you closed.
I just think I accidentally closed it, yeah. So here's current.
What was that dip? What date is that?
I think that's when China went offline.
Yeah, I mean this was the start of the China FUD that really brought.
That's the Bitcoin one? Because it looks different than this one, but maybe I'm just looking on a smaller scale.
I mean, here's all time. Yeah, I mean this is Bitcoin.
Yeah, you got it on like 3 months, I guess, or
this is 3 years, and then here's logarithmic or linear, but.
Yeah, so I mean, I've just seen that we've kind of been dipping. I don't know. I mean, usually more hash rate, kind of intends more like higher prices, but it is nice that it will incentivize more people to buy machines and fire them up if the difficulty's lower.
Well, I think this tells me we've recovered basically to the all-time high. The more hashing power, the more secure the network, the more that shows you that it's, people are buying in, the more people joining the network, supporting the network.
Yeah.
It is just generally more powerful.
Usually the higher the hash rate, the higher the price. It has coincided with all-time highs. So.
Right. So there was a significant drop off, but we're back on it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we're coming up against the hour here, boys. John, I thought you were going to dip out, but you stayed the whole time. We couldn't see
if he's behind that.
Yeah, maybe that was intentional. You're just. Hold on. We have one more question. I think we covered this early.
What if they make it double illegal?
What does that mean?
Well, that's double. That's double worse. You never.
I think China wants to do everything they can to make their CBDC, basically their internal digital yen, their dominant coin of.
Yep.
I mean, they want to know everything about it. They want to control it. They want control. There's no doubt.
Control. It's all about control in the end.
If they just make it illegal as all get out, then they're just not going to participate in the Bitcoin network. And I think the world has spoken that they don't care. So,
right. It's better that, not one country or, I guess one person or entity that runs it. So.
John, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. I'm going to buy you a little webcam. I need to buy you guys a webcam and a microphone like this so we can have just sweet technology. All right. Well, again, everyone, Shiba giveaway. Still got a chance.
Sign up.
So,
Smash the like
YouTube
button.
video.
Subscribe.
Yeah, comment and leave a tag a friend.
Make
We're
noise
making
for
it
the
happen.
algorithm.
Invite all your friends.
All your
Yep.
friends. That's right.
Invite your whole friends list to Simple Crypto so they can be a part of the revolution.
We're just trying to talk tokens, man. We're not the
Yep.
smartest folks on the block, but at least we'll give you something to
Yep.
listen to.
To make you
before-
laugh, maybe make you cry. One of the two, somewhere in between.
Hopefully
Everyone
not cry.
enjoy,
Hopefully, you can make some money or whatever.
right. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Stay safe out there. Let's go Cowboys. Although we didn't show up last week.
Yeah.
And
We got issues.
that'll do it. We'll run the show.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you, everybody.
Take it easy. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Here comes the money. Till next time. Adios.